I believe the best chance for Kyrie to get the money that he wants is to stay in Dallas. Okay? Dallas made the move. They traded away pieces to bring him in. Dallas isn't just going to let him go. Here's the problem. He might have hurt his welcome over there in Dallas. This team, ever since he was traded there at the trade deadline, has been, at best, a 500 team. At best. And I know everybody's going to say Luka Doncic has not been healthy. And you might be right. And maybe that's why Dallas is falling out of a playoff spot. Might not even make the playoffs this year. It doesn't look like they are right now. But they're 8-16 since the Kyrie Irving trade. Kyrie demands the ball. Luka demands the ball. Luka likes to bring the ball up and control the pace of the game. So does Kyrie. It doesn't work. There was a story that came out this week, New York Times, saying that Luka Doncic, after a recent game, said that they miss Jalen Brunson. The loss of Jalen Brunson this offseason has hurt this team. The growth of this team and where this team is going this season. You bring in a better player in Kyrie Irving, who's a better all-around player than Jalen Brunson, and nobody's going to argue that. Here's the thing. Jalen Brunson's leadership weighs out any talent that Kyrie Irving has. And Kyrie Irving is a cancer in every locker room he goes in. Ask the Boston Celtics. Ask the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ask the Brooklyn Nets. He is not a team player. He's a me player. I don't know what Mark Cuban is going to do moving forward in the offseason. What I do know is I don't know if they can win with Luka and Kyrie as their lead guys and their faces for the organization. Now, the Mavericks are a very good run organization. They really are. Last year, they went to the Western Conference Finals. Maybe because Jalen Brunson got hot. Maybe they were shooting over 50% in some of the series. And they were actually playing defense. Maybe it's Jason Kidd. Who knows? What we do know right now is Kyrie Irving is ruining this team. The Mavericks were the number 5 seed in the West before trading for Kyrie Irving. And now, currently, the number 11 seed in the Western Conference. Kyrie Irving has an average of 26.7 points per game, 5.9 assists per game, while shooting 51% overall, and 37.7% three-pointers since joining the Mavericks. You see where I'm getting at here? He is a me player. He's all about his numbers. He's all about him, not the team, not where this team's going to be, not what Luka Doncic is doing on and off the court, or what the team is doing at practice. As we know, in Brooklyn, he was running the practices, as Steve Nash is no longer with that organization, all because of the great Kyrie Irving.
Who knows? Maybe he'll get Jason Kidd fired, too, with this right.
No, that's his man. That's why he wanted to play for the Nets.
They'll start their Jason Kidd and Kyrie Irving will start
the
Flat Earth Basketball League.
He didn't want to be a Knick. You know why he didn't want to be a Knick? Because he didn't root for the Knicks when he was living in New Jersey. He was a Nets fan. He was a J. Kidd fan. Kenyon Martin fan. He went over there and made that organization a clown organization, a circus.
By the way, you mentioned Mark Cuban too. He also said something earlier today that he blames Jalen Brunson's father of why Jalen Brunson is not with the Mavericks still.
Okay, why? Because he works for the Knicks?
Yep.
Is that what it is?
Apparently.
Listen, Jalen Brunson wanted to play in New York. He wanted to come home. That had nothing to do. I don't think his father had anything to do with it. I'm sure, being the fact that his family is from the East Coast and he wants to move closer to his fam, and his kids want to be closer to their grandparents. Maybe that has something to do with. Who knows? That has nothing to do. I don't know. And I'm not Jalen Brunson's agent, and I'm not Jalen Brunson's father. There's no excuses. If you wanted Jalen Brunson, you overpay for Jalen Brunson. The Knicks didn't. They got him for a good price. I am laughing as a Knicks fan because every single analyst we've had on this show before the trade and then after the trade said the Knicks were crazy giving him the money that they gave him. This is a silly number. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic have only played in 15 games together this season, and the Mavericks are 4-11 in those games. Thank you to Kyrie Irving. I would probably predict that they're not going to play in the playing game. It will be Oklahoma City.